Very good morning, dear students. So, in the last previous class, we discussed the dual nature of matter. So, there, according to the Louis de Broglie hypothesis, he said that matter also shows a wave-like nature. Okay, if the energy is showing energy means here radiation, which is showing the dual nature, then obviously the nature has nature always loves the symmetry. So that is why if the light is showing a dual nature, then the matter also shows a wave-like nature. So that is what we have discussed, and in the conclusion part I said you that for wavelength is always smaller for a heavier particle. Wavelength is always smaller for the heavier particle. So this is the reason why the macroscopic particles in our daily life do not show wave-like properties. Macroscopic particles in our daily life do not show what we can say, that is wave-like properties. That is macroscopic, not micro. Okay, macro means bigger, heavier particles, so which do not show wave-like properties. So this is what we discussed in the last previous class. Now in today's class we are deriving an expression for de Broglie wavelength. De Broglie wavelength, which is a very important topic. So here we are considering a photon of frequency nu, which is having energy E is equal to h nu. Okay, so this is already we know. Okay, so this E is equal to h nu is the energy of a photon having a frequency nu. Now we are considering this photon as a particle here, which is having mass m. So now this photon is considered as a particle which is having a mass, then its energy can be written as E equal to mc square. So photon having a mass m, okay, c is the speed of the light. Okay, now we compare these two equations here, then I can write this as h nu is equal to mc square. Okay, where h is the Planck's constant, nu is the frequency, m is the mass, c is the speed of the light. Okay, we know that, okay, that we can write this as h nu can be written as c by lambda equal to mc square, because always frequency is inversely proportional to the wavelength. Okay, so this equation we know. Nu is this is the relation between the frequency and the wavelength. Frequency is always inversely proportional to the wavelength, and c is the speed of the light. So I substitute this nu as here c by lambda. So c will get cancelled, then can written as h by lambda is equal to m into c. Okay, but I said that this is a c is equal to what? Speed of the light. M is equal to what? Mass. But we know that momentum can be written as P equal to m into c. So we know the definition of the momentum, the product of mass and the speed. Then can be written as P is equal to m into c. So therefore the above relation, this relation becomes h by lambda is equal to P, or also we can write this relation as lambda is equal to h by P or h by mc. Okay, so this relation is called as it is de Broglie. This expression, that is lambda by hp, is known as de Broglie wavelength. So this equation holds good for, so this equation holds good for both photon and also a matter. Okay, this above equation holds good for both photon and the matter. So this equation is called as a de Broglie wavelength. Okay, so where we can say when this de Broglie wavelength, when it is associated with a photon of mass m and velocity of V, then this relation can also be written as lambda is equal to h by mv, where m is the mass of the photon and v is the velocity of the photon which is traveling with the velocity of v, and m is the mass of the photon, h is the Planck's constant. Okay, so this is what the relation, this is what the expression, we call it as a de Broglie wavelength. Okay, so this is what the derivation expression for the de Broglie wavelength. So once again I am repeating here. So here energy, a photon of energy can be written as E is equal to h nu, and this photon can be considered as a particle, then its energy can be written as E is equal to mc square. When I compare these two expressions, these two equations, then h nu is equal to mc square. We know that nu is equal to c by lambda, the relation between the frequency and the wavelength. It is being substituted here. So hc by lambda is equal to mc square, h by lambda is equal to mc. So but we know that mass into speed can be written as momentum. So therefore I can write this as h by lambda, mc के जगह मैंने यहाँ पे t substitute किया. So lambda is equal to h by t, which can also be written as h by mc. So this relation is called as a de Broglie. This relation, this equation is called as a de Broglie. Okay, so this de Broglie wavelength, when it is associated with the photon of mass m, which is traveling with the velocity v, then it can be written as h lambda is equal to h by m. Okay, so you should remember some note here. So here, if in the first point, if here v is equal to 0, okay, if here v is equal to 0, then the wavelength, oh sorry, we can say that here, then the wavelength is unseen. Okay, because here totally h by m into v means what here, v is 0. If it is if v is 0, then the lambda is equal to 0. If lambda is equal to 0, then the wavelength is unseen, which cannot be seen. Okay, which cannot be seen here. Okay, now same here, if similarly if m is equal to 0, then lambda is equal to 0, again the wavelength cannot be seen here. Okay, so this is the 2 points you should remember here. Okay, so now here the macroscopic, these are the 2 conditions here. If v is equal to 0, lambda is equal to 0. If m is equal to 0, here v is equal to nothing but what here? Velocity of the photon is 0, then the lambda becomes 0, which cannot be seen. If mass is equal to 0, then the lambda is equal to 0. Again, the wavelength cannot be seen here. Okay, so the wavelength of the photon cannot be seen here. So that is what the 2 conditions here. Okay, and the other forms of de Broglie wavelengths, other forms of de Broglie wavelength. The first form is, as we know that here, that the first expression is lambda equal to h by t. Okay, so where p is the momentum, and h is the Planck's constant. So always we should remember this value, h is equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second is the value of the Planck's constant. And the second form of expression, if this photon is having the energy, then if it is having the kinetic energy, then this kinetic energy can be written as Ek is equal to half mv square. If I divide and multiply by m in the RHS side, then it becomes Ek, that is kinetic energy, is equal to half m square v square divided by m. So, but we know that P is equal to mv. So, therefore, I can get this as kinetic energy is equal to half this m square v square can be written as, if I substitute this m here p, then it becomes p square divided by m. So it can also be written as p square divided by 2m. So therefore I can write this as here, that is p square is equal to, that is 2m into the kinetic energy. P is equal to square root of 2m. Okay, if the same value, if I substitute here in this equation 1, take this as equation number 1. Okay, the equation 1 becomes, that is lambda is equal to h by p value here. So what is the p value? Momentum value, that is square root of 2 into the product of mass into, that is kinetic energy. So this is the other form of de Broglie wavelength. Okay. So the first form is what is lambda is equal to h by p. So and the second one is lambda is equal to h by square root of under root of 2 into, that is m, mass of the photon, and into, that is kinetic energy of the photon. So these are the two forms of de Broglie wavelength. Right? Okay. So if I consider the charge particle here, okay, then the third form will be, the third form of de Broglie equation will be, so I write here. Here I write here. The third form of de Broglie wavelength will be, if I consider the charged particle here, which is accelerated by a potential difference, then it can be written as V into Q is equal to Ek. So therefore, which becomes, this expression becomes lambda is equal to h by, that is under root of 2 into m v into Q. So this will be our other form of expression. Okay. So if I have an electron, if I have an electron in place of this charge, then this expression becomes lambda is equal to under root of, so lambda is equal to h by under root of 2m e v, where e is the electron, v is the potential difference, m is the mass, h is the charge source. So these are the other forms of de Broglie wavelength. So there, the first form, it is a lambda is equal to h by p, and the second form, lambda is equal to h by under root of 2 into m into kinetic energy, and the third form, here I considered a charge which is accelerated by a potential difference of v, which can be written as v into q is equal to, that is kinetic energy, this lambda is equal to h by under root of m into v into q. So here in the fourth form, I consider this charge as an electron here. So that's why I have written this in place of q, I have taken this as E as an electron. So therefore, lambda is equal to h by under root of 2 into m into E into v. So these are the other forms of de Broglie wavelength. Okay. So today we'll stop here. So in the next class we'll discuss the derives and germ of X. Thank you.